What is up, everybody? It is 8:01 Pacific Standard Time on a rainy Wednesday, Sunday. I was going to say Wednesday, but that's when
Oh, yeah.
That's when Spotify comes out. Oh, yeah, by the way, do you know where your cryptids are? I know where mine is. It's in here breathing in my face.
And you're on the screen.
The dog is now a cryptid. Love it.
Yep, she's upstairs sitting at my feet. Hopefully we get through a whole podcast. Sorry, took her out and everything. Anyways, alrighty. So, yes, it is 8:01 Pacific Standard Time. Do you know where your cryptids are?
Yep. Back over there. See him.
He's
there for a little while longer.
Then he'll be swapped out.
Yeah.
Top of the hour. Yeah, we've James and I had the King and I have a nice dinner last night and smoked cigars around a open fireplace. We had a lot of talking to do
And not enough drinking.
Not enough drinking, but there's going to be a lot of shakeups coming up. The future looks bright, and it's going to even get better. So,
yeah, even some major changes to War Room.
Yes, War Room will be returning in April.
Yes. We won't give none of that shit away.
Yeah, we're not giving it away, but it'll be bumped up to an hour-long show. So we'll be very busy on a Sunday. It'll be an hour of War Room and then a half-hour break and then an hour of Unleashed.
Yeah.
Because we're insane. Clothing line, still working with somebody to try to get this one established and get it up off the ground. Communication is a little slow on the uptick. So we're still trying to push for that. So you can still get your TBK Unleashed shirts once that's all resolved. Oregon Ghost Conference is next month. James and I will be in attendance for Friday and Saturday. I know Lady Tammy had talked about maybe doing the Ghost Conference as well.
I'm going to try to go on Saturday.
So if you're around, one of us will be wearing a kilt, and I don't know what the other two. Maybe Lady Tammy will be a woman in white.
Oh, there it is. Woman in white. Let me get that posted.
Next to that, all other official announcements will probably be towards the end of the season. Season 5 closes on March 22nd. That'll be our 100th show, and that will be a 2-hour live extravaganza going over old videos, maybe some other videos from acquaintances.
Yeah.
And we'll be discussing some things that we've been doing.
Q&A in there.
And a Q&A, and hopefully we'll get some people that'll tune in, and they will ask questions that we can answer. But right now we are in Route 66, Part 6. It's the Mark of the Beast, everybody, because 3 6s.
Yeah, you had to go there, didn't you?
Not my fault.
Oh.
Last week was show 13, part 5 of season 5. Episode 13 was part 5 of Route 66. This is season 5, episode 14, Route 66, part 6. And those of people on Spotify, I did screw up the numbering, so I fixed it the best I could. We had like 3 different episode 9s.
Oh, they go and hit that 9. They think they've listened to it already, and they didn't.
Yeah, well, luckily the title kind of gave it away. So, Silent Megan is in the chat, so
About time.
Tammy, if
Wonder-
you would like to return the bus over to you.
Okay. Well, we're in Winslow, Arizona at the La Posada Hotel. And the legend tells of flickering lights, restless spirits, shadows, objects moving around without explanation, and the sudden temperature drops, especially in the room that King James stayed in, room 11. Did James experience any of these things?
You never know.
What were everyone's experiences in the haunted hotel? Now it's time to learn more about the La Posada Hotel, the site of our past week's stay. As we gather for a meal downstairs, we will learn more of the stories. In other parts of the hotel, there are frequent shadows seen out of the corner of the guests' eyes. They report they feel like they're being watched or followed. This is especially near the staircase and the old train arches. Others also report the sounds of odd whispers when no one's around. Visitors have speculated that the intense emotional and artistic energy infused into the hotel by Mary Coulter and later by Tina may have imprinted something into the building. This is called residual haunting. La Posada has been visited by teams of ghost hunters. During overnight stays, they have reported EMF spikes, EVP recordings, and unexpected camera malfunctions near certain hotspots. Some voice recordings have been of messages warning, "Stay here and don't go upstairs." When you stay at the La Posada, you're staying in a monumental piece of history and may leave with a ghost story to tell. On the AAA website, it gives a little mini story of the hotel. One of the last hotels built for the Fred Harvey Company and designed by famed Southwest architect Mary Jane Coulter, who loved to add mystery to the designs in her buildings. The historic La Posada downplays any paranormal activity. However, when Debbie Branning, director of the Arizona-based MVD Ghost Chasers, stayed there with other ghost hunters, several in their group reported feeling like they were being watched or sensed guests from the past, and even heard footsteps outside. Some even captured electronic voice phenomenon sounds from EVPs. None of the spirits at La Posada or anywhere along Route 66 in Arizona appear to be malicious. Most have just returned to a high point in their life. This was the most exciting trip they'd ever taken, Branning explains. They just want to go back and relive it. While the spirits relive their days, we're loading up the bus and getting on the road. As you drive by, you may see remnants of an old gas station. Hold on. Okay, here we go. We're loading up the bus and we're getting on the road. Along Interstate 40, nestled between Flagstaff and Winslow, is the ghost town of Two Guns. As you drive by, you may see the remnants of an old gas station, now nothing more than a repository of graffiti after a 1971 fire burned it to the ground. But there's more to this curiously named town than it being a former pit stop. Not too far away is the Apache Death Cave. We learned more about the history of this grisly sounding spot from the
Wait.
writing.
So it's actually called the Apache Death Cave.
Yeah,
Like seriously, 100% Apache Death Cave. Oh yes, that is a landmark I want to go see. Hey everybody, where do you want to go? Oh, the Apache Death Cave.
What?
it says we learned more about the history.
It just shouts out, "Come here and visit."
Oh yeah,
And then you can never leave again. You're stuck here.
so in 1878,
We started already, Doc.
You know what? We probably need to do a whole month long, at least, of roadside attractions with names that turn you off of going right off the bat.
Yeah.
Let's go to Apache Death Cave. Let's go to Falling Rocks Park. Let's go to Rattlesnake Area. Home of 10 million rattlesnakes, and you get to walk in the pit with them.
Ooh.
There, everybody, that sounds like a fine day. Let's go see the rattlesnakes and pet them. Yay.
Put one on a leash and walk it.
Oh, God, I'm going to die. Yes, but the funny part is you get there and it's not rattlesnakes at all, man. It's just a whole bunch of like plastic rubber snakes in the pit. I was lied to on this one, man. What's going on? They told me there were going to be 10 million rattlesnakes in here, man. There was only 2. I don't know. Don't mind me. What are
Where did
the
These
snakes?
snakes.
And she's lost her place.
No, I was reading.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Is throw her off the case?
Well, in 1878, the Navajo discovered that rival Apache were using they were using the cave for undetected travel. So they gathered sagebrush and lit a fire near the entrance. When the Apaches ran out of breath, they were killed on sight. Well, when they ran out to breathe, they were killed as soon as they came out of the cave. Between the smoke and the Navajo, 42 Apaches met their end. So by the early 1920s, homesteaders Earl and Louise Cundriff owned nearly 320 acres of land in the area and had built a trading post, restaurant, gas station, and even a post office. Travelers along the National Old Trails Highway, which later became Route 66, would stop for a much-needed respite. Then came the eccentric Harry E. Miller, who had a much grander vision for this blip on the map. Miller leased some of the Cundriff's land, and by 1925, he opened a trading post and his own zoo, complete with mountain lions, cougars, snakes, and Gila monsters.
Okay, wait. Do we understand that all the animals that he has are not friendly? Gila monsters are poisonous. You don't want to get bit by them, or it's like a bacteria or something. Because they say, you get bit by one and you're gonna die. Hey, there's some rattlesnakes and here's some mountain lions, and you go up and pet the kitty and it'll be fine. Josh is already done for. Somebody get Josh out of the big cat cage.
But he wants to pet the kitties. He thinks they're puppies.
Oh, man, you took that away. I was just going to say that. He's going to switch from puppies to kitties for a day.
Yeah, kitty.
Okay, so Miller claimed to be a full-blooded Apache, going as far as to refer to himself as Chief Crazy Thunder. He gave tours of the Apache Death Cave, selling skeletal remains to tourists.
Why does this guy just sound like a marketing genius? Hey, everybody, come see the Apache Death Cave and walk away with your own human skull. And by the way, there's a petting zoo down the street. You might want to stop off and pet the big kitty. I promise they don't bite much. All this for the low price of $12.99.
At least people aren't stealing them from a crime scene. Okay, so but simply being the site of an epic native battle wasn't good enough for Crazy Thunder, who jazzed up the cave with electric lights and added a concession stand.
Are you kidding me? Why don't we just put a movie theater in there?
That's right, everybody. We had 15 people die here. We're going to set up a movie theater, and there's a snack bar over there, and there's concessions, and there's a dangerous petting zoo outside. And then, you go out and play in traffic, and you go to play Frauga. Hey, right out there on the main highway there, and if you get hit by a truck, you win a prize.
Okay, well, now it gets really good. This all seemed to be going well until 1926, but only 1 year after leasing the land, Miller and Earl Cundiff got into a disagreement over the lease's terms. So Miller shot Cundiff in cold blood, killing the unarmed man. But after Miller was acquitted, he was mauled by not one, but 2 of his mountain lions. And if that wasn't bad enough, he was bitten by one of his own venomous Gila monsters.
We'll round it out. We have him get bit by the snakes, too.
But somehow he survived because he left the guns.
No.
I'm sorry, was he going in his own petting zoo of death?
Yeah.
What? Hey, kid, it's all right. Watch me. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to pet them, and I'm going to show you that they're all right. Oh, God, there's in my face. That's all right, everybody. It's all right. It's fine. It's just a big kitty. All right, look over here. Here's a little lizard. Oh, God, it's biting my fingers off. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's just a finger. It'll grow back.
So Miller left Two Guns and the state of Arizona soon after this series of unfortunate events, but he made sure to take ample amounts of turquoise jewelry, silver, and other expensive merchandise with him. Louise Cundiff charged on, opening a new trading post and tourist shop after Miller's burned to the ground. She soon opened a new gas station too. Over time, Two Guns shed its outrageous reputation and thrived as several businesses, including motels, taverns, and even campgrounds, sprung up. Even Miller's Zoo was revived and reopened. This renaissance did not endure.
Why are we reopening the petting zoo of death?
I don't know.
Did we not learn our lesson the first time?
Maybe she was hoping he'd come back and it happened again.
And to franchise it.
So this renaissance did not endure. After the lone service station caught fire in 1971, folks began to get their gasoline elsewhere, and tourism sharply declined. Two Guns was left to dust. So with that being said, since there's nothing left to see in Two Guns, let's go on.
There's the
Arizona.
Yeah, there's 2 pages. Let's get it going. Oh, jeez. This is going to be a good night.
Oh, God, petting zoo of death. I was in the Stogies last night, boys. Just Maduro tobacco.
We're not even going to discuss those damn stogies from last night, all right?
$13 cigars, and they had a big knot in them, and we had to keep relighting them, and it was a fight, but we were not going to go down that easy.
God damn, I lost count of how many times I had to relight that fucker.
At least 23.
See, someone will count. Damn. Where are we at?
We're in Flagstaff now.
Oh,
good. A town with paranormal hotspots, haunted hotels, and even a haunted public library.
I don't think we care about haunted locations anymore. We want the dangerous petting zoos now.
Wow.
I mean, hey, everybody, look, here's every dangerous animal on the planet. Oh, wait, no, that's Australia. Everything that can kill you, even the koalas, they can. They just can't. They're too slow unless you walk underneath a branch and they jump on you from above. You pictured it, didn't you?
I did.
You pictured a koala sitting up on a branch, you walking underneath and it's going, bah!
Well, I once had a horrible sunburn, like lobster red, and I was house sitting, and their cat was on this really high bookshelf and jumped off and landed right on my sunburn and everything. So I feel it.
No, seriously, look at all the animals in Australia. Every single one could kill you.
I think I'll stay out of Australia.
Yeah, let's get back to Flagstaff.
What's that? But it doesn't have the deadly petting zoo.
Given time, I'm sure it has something just as equal.
I mean, maybe that's what our business model should be. We go back to 6 guns.
It's 2 guns.
2 guns. Well, we're gonna make it 6 guns. 2 per each of us.
All right.
We're gonna up the name,
There you go.
and then we're gonna open up a dangerous petting zoo, and Josh is gonna be the feeder and the handler. So he'll walk out with an eye patch and a hook hand and peg leg and
6 Guns Apache Death Tour Ghost Tours with rattlesnakes.
Woohoo, he says. Yeah. This has gone way off rail.
Okay, so our first stop is going to be at one of Arizona's most haunted hotels, the Hotel Monte Vista. As we pull up in front of the hotel, let me tell you some of the story. Built
Just
in
tell me there's no kids
1927
being thrown out a window.
What?
Just tell me there's no kids being thrown out of a window.
I was fighting it. You beat me to it.
I don't remember which hotel some of this happened at.
Oh.
There is going to be some window action.
Oh, damn it.
Do we have any ladies in white, black, purple, gray, magenta, green,
I was
pink?
going to go there, but you beat me to it this time.
I'm not sure, but I do know there's a lot of basements just for you.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we're good with basements.
Okay, so it was built in 1927. The hotel was funded by taxpayers.
Of course.
It was one of the only hotels that was ever publicly funded in the country. The city passed a municipal ordinance that created a bond to raise money to build the hotel. The townspeople's efforts paid off, and the city raised $200,000 to start building. The Hotel Monte Vista was built off Route 66 and is right next to the railroad station. In its early days, the hotel became known for show business. It was the home of the first woman-ran radio show that was ran by Mary Costigan, who was the first American woman to be granted a radio broadcasting license and only the second in the world. In her first year, she broadcast her 3-hour daily show from room 105. The hotel was originally named the Community Hotel in honor of the community that helped contribute to it. The hotel boasted 76 rooms, a 2-story bar and lounge, a post office, the radio show, and served as headquarters for the Coconino Sun newspaper. Flagstaff's hotspot was the Community Hotel. The staff thought it would be cool to change the name, so they ran a contest. A 12-year-old girl won, and the hotel was changed to the Monte Vista. The welcoming phrase that echoed the town was, "Hey, meet me at the Monte V." So we're going to head into the lounge and learn more about the Monte V. So Prohibition began in the 1930s. All of the bars were ordered to close, but the Monte Vista was rowdy and disobedient. It became a speakeasy when alcohol was outlawed. What is a speakeasy? It is an illicit establishment that sold alcoholic beverages during Prohibition. They were usually underground or secret establishments that sometimes even required a password to get into the door. Unfortunately for the Monte Vista, the bar was hardly a secret and was raided and shut down in 1931. There are rumors that tell of criminals using underground tunnels under the town to smuggle moonshine, host illegal card games, and set up dens for opium use and brothels during Prohibition. And that was according to PhoenixGhost.com. The tunnels were part of the underground black market during the times. Of course, the bar still refused to give up, so they brought in slot machines to keep people coming, along with the illegal card games, which attracted visitors. The hotel was definitely a hangout for the rowdy clientele, with the poker games, bar fights, shootouts, and outlaws on the run. As the Western movies became popular, big-name actors would stay at the hotel during their filming. Some of the famous actors that stayed there was John Wayne, Humphrey Bogart, Bing Crosby, Gary Cooper, and Spencer Tracy. That was in the 1940s and 1950s.
All these hotels on Route 66 have some sort of famous movie star staying at them.
And all of them had John Wayne.
I was just going to say, it sounds like John Wayne decided to hit every single one.
Yeah. Now, they did actually film a scene of Casablanca at this hotel.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so guess which actor was the first to discover that the Monte Vista was haunted?
Ooh. Back in the day?
Yep. Back in the 40s and 50s.
Freak. Stewart. Jimmy Stewart.
Nope, it was John Wayne.
Okay. John Wayne,
So,
the Duke himself.
yeah,
All right.
a ghost entered his room at night, but it was surprisingly friendly and quite benevolent. Maybe the ghost was just a starstruck entity waiting to meet the famous cowboy. The haunting
Wait a
stemmed.
second. Didn't John Wayne have another encounter with ghosts at another hotel?
He was the ghost at another hotel.
Oh, he was the ghost?
He was the ghost.
Oh, well,
Who was the
shit.
ghost?
It's a
John
little bit
Wayne.
busy.
John Wayne?
But at this hotel, he's the first one to discover a ghost. But the haunting stemmed from an almost century-long history of eclectic characters who visited the hotel. So now we're going to fast forward to the 1970s. A group of bank robbers bolted into the hotel to hide out after they robbed a nearby bank. During the robbery, one of the thieves was shot. The group made it to the hotel, booked the room, and they went to the hotel bar to get a drink. For the wounded bank robber, this was his last hurrah. He sat down at the bar and killed over dead before he was even able to take a sip of his drink.
I was going to say, did he see John Wayne sitting there?
I don't know. But he may be dead, but he has never left the hotel bar. His ghost has been seen as a half-bodied apparition that stands at the bar. He greets the bar managers and patrons near him, since that they are being watched. It is believed to be the ghost of the robber, but there have been so many shootouts, it could be any one of the gunslinging outlaws. There are other ghosts that have taken up residency at the Monte Vista. In the 1940s, oh, this one's for you, James. In the 1940s, tragic events unfolded in room 306. A John brought back 2 sex workers to his room. Before the night was over, the man murdered both women. But it didn't end there. He went on to throw their lifeless bodies from the 3rd-story window. So now guests who stay in room 306 still feel the presence of the women. They are said to hold a grudge against men. So which one of our guys want to stay in this room tonight?
Oh, the hell with it. I will. Please
According
throw me out the damn window.
According to reports, many male guests have had similar dreams about being held down and strangled. They believe that they may be reliving the night of the murders. A room that they were murdered in is now the Gary Cooper room. The painted ladies have been seen in the pool hall and the lounge too. Now, this hotel's 2nd floor features all sorts of unusual phenomena. In room 210, knocks on the doors have been reported by guests from a phantom bellboy who likes to knock on the door and announce that their room service has arrived. But they didn't order room service. So this is happening in the Zane Grey room. People have reported seeing a young male in an old-fashioned red coat with brass buttons walking up and down the hallway. But the room also involves a woman who roams around the hallway outside the door. The staff won't put any guests with dogs in that room since they get so freaked out they will tear apart the room.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, well, this next room sounds disgusting.
Mm.
So, room 220 is known as the Meat Man room.
Meat
The
man.
yeah,
5 times fast. Meat man.
the unnamed man was a long-term guest of the hotel who had a bizarre habit of hanging raw meat from the chandelier. No one knows why, but one day a housekeeper went to check on him and she found his body. He had died a few days before. The Meat Man room is known for unusual voices, coughing, laughter, and full-blown disembodied conversations. One day, a maintenance worker was working in the room, and this was after the Meat Man's demise. He was doing repairs, and he turned off all the electricity to the room. He made sure to lock the door behind him, but when he returned the next day, the TV was playing at full volume and all the lights were on. An older female ghost can be found in room 305. She likes to sit in her rocking chair and look out the window, but every time the staff moves her chair back over to the corner, they come back and it's in front of the window again because that's where she likes to sit. Okay, now we are going down to the basement. Always a favorite place for Doc. A baby can be heard crying. No one knows the story behind the baby for sure.
Oh, hell no. No babies in a basement. That's...
Well, there are some locals that say that a prostitute got pregnant and she gave birth to the infant and was then forced to kill it in the tunnels under the hotel. Guests and staff who go down to the basement often report hearing the baby crying and a woman wailing, but the basement's completely empty.
It's a cousin of the Klondike.
There's also the apparition of a 6-foot-tall shadow man in the basement. If you visit this underground area, you may run into this tall, menacing figure. He tries to intimidate people, especially the delivery and repairmen. It is not known where he comes from, but he is the scariest ghost found at the Hotel Monte Vista. Guests are followed down the hallways by phantom footsteps. Disembodied voices whisper into the ears of patrons, especially in the bar. The spirits in the hotel are known to move furniture around in empty rooms. The staff have learned to live with the spirits and actually consider it a running gag. Other spooky happenings include band music coming from the second floor lounge when there's no band playing. The lobby phone rings with no one on the other end. And every morning the bartender is greeted with a hello or good morning. The Hotel Monte Vista is now privately owned and is on the National Registry of Historic Places. But before we leave, maybe we will catch a glimpse of the transparent couple that likes to dance in the cocktail lounge in their formal attire, laughing, smiling, and forever enjoying their dance. Okay, everyone, all aboard the tour bus. We're headed to another haunted hotel in Flagstaff, the Weatherford Hotel. Back in the day, the hotel was a hot spot for people to go to. However, in 1930, one couple found it was not the greatest place to visit. A new bride and groom were spending their honeymoon in room 54. Unfortunately, their celebration was cut short when they were murdered. There are at least a couple versions of the newlywed story. One version is the groom went hunting and suddenly a severe blizzard happened. The bride thought he was dead and hung herself in her room. The groom returned shortly thereafter and found her dead body. In his grief, he shot himself. I don't know about you all, but this story leaves me with some questions. First of all,
how long was he gone?
Yeah.
I mean, if he was only gone for a couple hours, I mean, wow, I guess, James, we should never leave the house for a couple hours. I mean, if we're going squatching for 5 hours, maybe someone would be like, oh my God, they're never coming back.
Yeah. Yes.
My question was, if he's on this honeymoon in this fancy hotel, why is he going hunting? Is he not enjoying his new wife? Was there not enough food? And it sounds a lot like Romeo and Juliet.
No, 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 no. No.
Now, the next version is they got into a fight that ended in a murder-suicide. Despite being empty, voices can be heard arguing from the storage closet where room 54 used to be. It's also part of the laundry area. The bride and groom can sometimes be seen in the Zane Grey Ballroom, which is also in the area of where their room was. The ballroom is open to the public and is the site for many parties and celebrations. Maybe they think their wedding's still going on. Another spirit can be seen gliding across the dance floor, disappearing into the wall. Some say it's a young girl, others say it is a small, thin, older woman. One of the employees was working in the ballroom one night and said he was finishing his shift, and he looked up at a 1908 photograph in time to see the couple in the photo dancing as fluid as if they were in a silent movie. Sounds like the Hogwarts hallways. But his hair stood on end, and so he finished his task as quick as he could and got out of there. So we're going to talk about some more Weatherford history. Flagstaff was plagued by fires in 1897. The new city ordinance required all business buildings be built of brick, iron, or stone. John W. Weatherford built his two-story general store, with the second story serving as the family living quarters. In 1899, a three-story addition was built, thus creating the Weatherford Hotel. The hotel opened New Year's Day of 1900. The hotel is definitely haunted, but they have rules for paranormal investigators. We are not allowed to set up our equipment on the premises, but we can be tourists and snap some photos, though, or even make a recording.
Are those rules still in place today?
Huh?
Are those rules still in place today? That would suck if they would.
They might not be. I don't know.
I mean, paranormal investigator, you can't take your tool to the trade in there?
Well, maybe you could if they didn't know it.
Oh, Doc's good at taking shit in and...
That's why I wear military cargo pants. Lots of pockets.
Uh-huh.
They're big and baggy, and you can hide things.
Cool.
How do you think I've been able to do some of these investigations that, the dream investigations where they're like, no. Just buy a ticket and just go in, and I just stuff my pockets and be like, I just wait for someone just not to be in the room and start asking questions.
That's why I carry a big purse. Staff are receptive to the supernatural sights and sounds of the hotel. If anyone shares a ghostly photo or reports a paranormal encounter, you may just get a 10% discount off your meal. In the past, the top floor had been a sunroom that was used for dances and parties. The hotel was also home to a theater, a restaurant, a billiard hall, and a local radio station. The Weatherford fell into decline, and it was damaged by fires between the late 1920s and the early 1970s. In 1975, brothers Henry and Lloyd Taylor bought the hotel. They were under contract by the state to use the hotel as the Weatherford Residential Facility, helping clients undergoing rehabilitation, physical therapy, and job training. The program lasted 2 years. During the 1980s, it served as a youth hostel. Soon after, the building became a proper hotel again. It was run by Henry and his wife Pamela, who goes by Sam. Their restaurant was all about fine dining. It also featured 3 pubs: Charlie's, the Gopher Hole, and the Exchange. When the Transcontinental Telephone Service came to Flagstaff in 1901, there was a separate brick building built just to the south of the hotel, but it's still part of the hotel. In the 1930s, the Exchange building became the La Brea Cafe. About 20 years later, it became an authentic Chinese-American Weatherford Cafe. The Taylors restored the building to its original appearance, and in 1995, it opened as the Exchange Pub, While there have been many well-documented supernatural occurrences in the Weatherford, the consensus is whatever is inhabiting the hotel are largely benign. There have been several guests who check in and leave right away after they get scared. But there have been no reports of injuries or psychological damage caused by the ghosts.
Wouldn't people quickly checking out be psychological damage?
I would think so.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're checking in and immediately checking out as quickly as possible, well, there's no psychological damage from the ghosts. Everything's okay. Just don't mind those people that left after 25 minutes inside.
Well, we just had a family emergency. We had to leave.
Yeah, they peed their pants and had to take off.
They left their clothes and their suitcases behind and just left out the door. They were in that much of a hurry. They're going for the exotic, dangerous animal petting farm down the road, run by one Mr. Silent Negan. And, they got cougars and bears and grizzly bears and Gila monsters. And
Up to Cherokee death camps.
Oh, the Apache Death Cave?
back to Death Cave. Nothing bad happened there. It's just a fancy name. Don't go out in the desert where, you got that landmark. 2 men struck by lightning. That means nothing. It's an old Indian name. Why is the whole area around it glass in the middle of the sand bed? Don't worry about it. Lightning doesn't strike twice or 4 times in the same spot. Rarely ever happens.
Okay, it seems that most of the encounters happen in the basement where the Gopher Hole pub is located and open to the public daily.
Wait a minute. The Gopher Hole pub is in the basement. That's a classic name right there. Right there, it wins all the awards. It's in the hole. It's in the basement, in underground. In Gopher Hole. Boom, done. My new favorite place on the planet. Let's all go.
Sure.
That would be so much fun. So after we enjoy a drink in the restaurant bar, we will head out to our next stop on the Flagstaff tour. So now we are going to Flagstaff City Coconino Public Library, known as a haunted spot. It was built on the former site of the Emerson School. The city's first elementary school opened in the fall of 1883 and moved to a different location just 2 years later, leaving the building empty.
It had nothing to do with the Native American ghosts on the Native American graveyard that this old school was built on. It has nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. Sorry. I saw a moment. James and I are the comedy relief. I saw a moment, I took it.
Well, you actually just described a hotel on down the road.
Oh, right.
Okay. So the building would continue to serve the community for almost 100 years. By 1980, it was condemned and tore down to build the new public library. The school had a basement that was not filled in and would be used as a library's basement that's still being used today. But as legend has it, the haunted basement of the former school is now the haunted basement of the public library. The spirit did not leave when the building was torn down. Who is this ghostly basement dweller?
Lady in white?
Well, for decades...
Wait. A lady in white with a ghost baby with a ghost rattlesnake attached to her ankle.
Oh, I like that description. But actually...
But the baby's in a black dress, just to offset it. I don't know. Don't ask me.
So the legend that's told by former students is about an old custodian who in his life was so unpleasant to be around. But even in his death, he's the same way. Most people choose to keep their distance from him. The custodian has not been well liked. Despised may be a better word to describe him. And So the custodian was found to have brutally murdered his wife and children. No one knows why, because he fled to the basement of the Emerson School and took his own life instead of facing punishment for the murders. The spirit of the custodian still resides in the basement.
Damn, I was gonna say Freddy Krueger.
I was just going to ask you, is there a boiler room?
Yeah.
Did he wear a fedora with a red and green sweater? Is this on Elm Street, perchance?
Don't know what street it was on. I didn't look that part up.
Come on, you should know this stuff by now.
I know. I should have all the odd information because I know you're going to ask it.
But it's not odd.
True.
Well, like they say in the movies, every city has an Elm Street.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just call it Elm Street.
The Silent Negan says, "Do better, Tammy. Laugh out loud."
Oh.
He's in trouble now.
Be nice to her.
I will tell you, I spent
Tammy
all week writing these stories.
Tammy is the serious one, and the king and my job is to scramble her brains with smart-ass comments as we go.
I try to put jokes in here. I haven't picked on Negan enough.
See, here's the thing, Doc. We've been kind of dead for a few weeks. Now we're kind of a little lively. I think it's throwing her off.
And we have been quiet.
I've been working on a lot of stuff. Okay, so we're going to get out of Flagstaff now. Okay, so we're going to load up the bus. Silent Negan is ready to get us on the road to our next town of Williams, Arizona.
Are we sure he's on the bus?
I don't know. I may have kicked him off.
Well, I mean, he might have been looking for the killer petting zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Are you with us? Okay,
Oh,
he said
damn, he is.
Okay,
Did
so we're
not
gonna
go to the killer petting zoo just on the outskirts of town.
Yeah, you just spend about the next 10, 15 minutes there while we just zoom away. We'll leave you there. We'll come back later. Maybe.
Well, I guess we could backtrack over there and spend the night in that Apache death cave.
Yeah, no, I think I'm okay.
Let some rattlesnakes and Gila monsters loose. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to Williams and the home of the Red Garter Inn. The building has been around for over 100 years. It has served as a saloon or bordello, a rooming house, a general store, and more. It was built by a German tailor named August Tetzlaff in 1897. The building originally housed a saloon on the first floor and a brothel with a parlor and 8 rooms upstairs. The working girls would hang out the windows and call out to the men on the streets below.
And then they fall out the windows and hit the ground.
No more windows. You're not allowed to talk about any windows anymore.
Okay, now I have to go to my handwritten pages because I didn't get
Oh.
enough stuff. So, a steep flight of stairs led to the girls' upstairs rooms. They called it the Cowboys Endurance Test. The second floor featured a 2-story outhouse off the back of the building. It was so brothel guests wouldn't have to use the steep stairs again. Behind the saloon, 2 rooms in the back of the building housed Chinese railroad workers. They lived there, and they also ran a chop house and opium den in the space. The local sheriff would get called out to the site to investigate a murder, but there would be nothing there when he came around.
Because they were fed to the desert coyotes.
Yep. So a former U.S. Cavalry scout, Longino Mora, operated the saloon for years. He was born in 1848, but was legendary in the town for having 5 wives over the time and 25 children. His oldest child was 60 years old when the youngest was born.
Damn.
The bordello and saloon thrived as miners, loggers, and cowboys and railroad workers stopped by for a drink and would often partake in the services of the ladies upstairs. Close to Utah, I imagine. As Josh was asking if we were in Utah.
No, we're still in Arizona, damn it.
By the turn of the century, the town of Williams had gained a reputation as a rough and rowdy frontier town full of brothels, gambling houses, and opium dens. Soon, the town restricted these type of establishments to an area called Saloon Row on Railroad Avenue. Arizona had outlawed prostitution in 1907, but it was only loosely enforced. Even during Prohibition, the saloon and brothel continued to operate behind a divider.
All right, Doc, let's do it. You got something? You're boiling right there.
No, we're just gonna skip it. We're gonna skip it. This is a family show.
Now, who said that?
No, we're not a. We're just gonna skip it. Go on, Dammy.
Okay.
I mean, how are you pulling that stuff off on the down low? Well, they're not really ladies of the night. They're just up all night.
Yeah.
They're doing laundry. Go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, they have the saloon and brothel operating behind a divider. The two businesses continued to operate successfully until the mid-1940s. Someone was murdered on the stairs in the Red Garter. This caused a citywide crackdown on the houses of ill repute. After more than 40 years in business, the saloon and brothel were closed.
Aw.
Over the next several decades, the building would become home to various businesses, including a rooming house and a general store. John Holst bought the building in 1979. He renovated the 8 rooms from the brothel into 4 guest rooms with a bathroom in each one. He reopened the place as the Red Garter Bed and Bakery. Guests and staff began
Bed and bakery?
and a bakery.
So not a bed and breakfast, a bed and bakery.
Yeah. That's it kind of throw me, sorry.
So guests and staff began to report ghostly activity. There were sounds of footsteps when no one was around, doors mysteriously slamming, and strange clunking noises heard throughout the building. The spiritual activity they thought it was probably caused by the murder on the stairs or one of the many missing people from the Chinese opium days. However, the spirit is said to be that of a young girl that no one can account for. Guests have reported seeing the apparition, describing her as a Hispanic girl with long dark hair dressed in a white nightgown. One guest claimed to have had contact with the spirit, and she said her name was Eve or Eva. Some people sleep well at the hotel. Others say someone may reach out and touch you, and the beds may shake. The most unusual phenomenon is that the ghost sometimes appears visible in photographs. Owner John Holst likes to show off a 1934 photo of Longino Mora along with his fifth wife with his 25th child. The photo shows a woman behind the counter standing before a mirror, and she was smiling broadly. But in the mirror, there was no reflection of her.
So she was a vampire.
Eve also leaves impressions on mattresses. She has also been heard moving up and down the stairs when no one is there. So let's talk about the town of Williams, Arizona. It is known as the gateway to the Grand Canyon. There are over 6 blocks of historic buildings that have stories to tell, and probably some ghosts as well. The Grand Canyon Hotel is known as the oldest hotel in Arizona. Spirits have called it home for over a century. Built in 1892, the European-style boutique hotel hosted thousands, if not millions, of guests from all over the world. Staff and guests have reported shadowy figures, unexplained sounds like footsteps and voices, cold spots, and the feeling of being touched. Dark shadows include one that hangs out on the main staircase. Empty rooms may be places where one may hear voices and whispers. Suite 13 is known for a paranormal energy and may have the presence of a little girl hanging out. With the hotel's long history and surviving a massive town fire in 1895, the mysterious reputation of the Grand Canyon Hotel makes it a great place in our town. The spirits are believed to be lingering from that area. And I think we are going to stay at this hotel for the night, or for the week.
Ooh.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably. It's a
Sounds
good selling point.
Okay. Well, yeah, because then we'll go to our next things. You're gonna like the next place that we go. You've already talked about it. You've already told us what was going to happen.
Well,
Okay.
I think before we jump out for the night, I do believe King, you've been doing really good with the AI pictures. I think you need to work up something for Silent Negan's Wild Petting Zoo.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then
I'll
have him in the middle being bitten by all these dangerous animals with a smile on his face.
Wild petting zoo. Damn.
I think he liked it.
All right.
And then maybe once we get the t-shirt situation all figured out, maybe that'll be one of the t-shirts. Buy a Silent Negan Wild Petting Zoo t-shirt, support his rehabilitation.
Alrighty.
Our good buddy Josh is a butcher by trade, and he only needs his right hand, unless he's a lefty. But I think he's a righty, so he'd have to feed all the animals with the left hand. So if he's only got one or two fingers on the left hand, he should be all right.
Nice.
He can lobster feed.
He can use his toes.
I don't know if he's got a peg leg. I don't know. Maybe we'll truck in some alligators and some crocodiles, and why not a few sharks too? It'll be a very elaborate game park.
There you go.
But it's a petting zoo.
All right, I will definitely work on that. Give me a day or two.
Yeah, it's Silent Negan's Wild Petting Zoo. There we go. That's even better because then it just sounds real, just innocent. It's a petting zoo.
Silent Negan's Wild Petting Zoo it is.
All right. Well, I think we're just insane and crazy. So,
Well, didn't have enough to drink tonight, so sorry.
me neither.
Well, we didn't make it very far tonight.
Well, you know, we stopped at the Apache Death Caves and the petting zoo. That took up a lot of time.
It did. So, next week we'll probably finish.
I only
up
lost a toe.
We'll finish up Arizona, and we might make it to California next week.
Oh, shit.
Possibly.
I think we probably have 2 more episodes left of this.
And after this, after Route 66, we have...
Hopefully, the Ghost of McMinimans.
Yes, and I did that up already.
Yeah, you already got that.
We'll at least get a little bit of it in, if not all of them. And if we have to do some next season, we'll do a couple more then. Because I have something special for the 99th episode, and then we have the big 100th episode.
2 hours of chaos.
It's going to be
We might be
awesome.
drinking for that one.
I think so.
And if we ask very nicely, maybe. And if Silent Legion is not busy with work, maybe he could join us and be the fourth person on the screen and in people's earbuds.
That would be fun.
To bring on the ultimate chaos. All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you all next week. And you guys got the closing, so close us out.
Alrighty. Keep your cryptids close and tight. Hug them all night. Till next week.
Remember, it goes for people too. And thanks for coming and joining us.
That everybody.
Night.